What happened to the Soviet Army after the dissolution? What happened to the Soviet Army after the dissolution of the Soviet Union? This question opens a window into a significant shift in military and political landscapes. The dissolution in 1991 marked a major change, not just for the political and economic systems, but also for the military structure that had been a cornerstone of Soviet power. The Soviet Army was a key part of the Soviet state, representing the ideals of socialism and collective defense. It was designed to support the interests of the socialist government and maintain Soviet influence in Eastern Europe. However, after the collapse, the army underwent a dramatic transformation. The Soviet army was reorganized into separate national armies for the newly independent states. Russia, as the largest successor state, inherited the bulk of the military resources, including equipment and infrastructure. This transition was not smooth. The Russian military faced significant challenges as it had to downsize and restructure to adapt to new political and economic realities. The economic turmoil that followed the dissolution had a profound effect on military personnel. Many found themselves without jobs or support, leading some to turn to organized crime. This period saw a rise in corruption as former military and government officials sought to exploit the power vacuum left by the collapse. The shift to a market economy meant the military had to adjust to new funding models and priorities. Politically, the dissolution represented a major ideological shift. The transition from a socialist to a capitalist system in Russia and other former Soviet states required the military to align with these new realities. The focus moved away from the socialist ideals of collective defense to a more nationalist approach. The reorganization of the Soviet army had practical implications for socialism. It marked a decline in the military's role as a promoter of socialist ideology. The new focus on defending national interests rather than promoting socialism reflected broader changes in global politics during this time. In summary, the dissolution of the Soviet Union led to a radical transformation of the Soviet army. It shifted from a powerful symbol of socialist strength to a more fragmented and nationalist military force. This change mirrors the broader ideological and economic shifts that occurred in the region during this significant period in history.